There were wins in midweek for NYCFC, DC and Montreal. But it's the weekend's fixtures we're focusing on, with 12 action-packed matches across MLS. We have all the moments that mattered. We begin with a crazy game in Kansas, where SKC played host to the New England Revolution. Commentary comes from Phil Blacker.
The Revs have it here with Agudelo making the run, and he will just get to it first. Skips into space with a couple to try and pick out. Caicedo with a time to turn and scores his first goal in MLS to put the Revs ahead inside the first 20 minutes here. Juan Fernando Caicedo opens his account in the competition. Rowe, spreading it wide for Graham Zusi. He's got the time to take it down. Looks up towards Nemeth, who's unmarked, and SKC are level. It's Christian Nemeth, his 5th MLS goal of the campaign. Just stole in between the two defenders, stayed onside and steers it home. For Buchanan to chase up against Fontes. Buchanan does come away with it. Caicedo's there and scores his and his side's second goal of the game to restore the lead for the Revs. SKC were level here for less than 2 minutes. Here's on Buchanan again, heavily involved here. He has space. Caicedo on the hat-trick in the middle. He's missed it, but beyond him is Agudelo to make it 3-1 and open his account for the campaign. Juan Agudelo gives the Revs some breathing space here. So Fernandez the target. He was caught by Brandon Bai. It may well be revisited. Brandon Bai already on a yellow card. Clearly caught Jose Fernandez, and Baldomero Toledo, the referee, reaches for his red. The Revs down to 10 men. Just 10 minutes into this second half. 2 goals to the good, but a man short now, and some reorganising for Brad Friedel to do. New options for SKC as they try and make this extra man count. Jose Fernandez looking towards Zusi. There's Jose Fernandez again, who goes down as he pulled back by Buchanan. That's what they're appealing for, and the referee here has given the penalty. SKC with a chance to get themselves right back in it again. Gutierrez to take. Felipe Gutierrez scores, despite Cody Cropper getting a glove on it. Gutierrez scoring from the spot, as he did in defeat at San Jose last week. This gives Peter Vermees's side real hope. Buchanan will reach it, 3 to try and aim for with the cross. It's a deeper one. Agudelo battling for it, appealing for a hand in there against Johnny Russell. Referee has let that go. It may well be revisited. There's a big shout here from the Revs and from Brad Friedel, continuing those protests. And he is going to take another look at this. It will be reviewed. This clearly shows us that the ball did strike the arm of Johnny Russell. It is a penalty. Penalty of the game then. Carlos Heel over this for the Revs to try and restore their 2-goal lead, but it's saved by Melia. Agudelo trying to force it in. Dewan Jones does force it in and scores his first MLS goal as this incredible contest continues. 4-2 now to the 10 men of New England. Here goes Krause. Marshall, but still delivers the cross, which will reach Johnny Russell. Mishits it somewhat. Nemeth scores, but is offside. The flag is up, and that one is not going to count. Cropper trying to claw it back. Nemeth, though, just in an offside position. Pressure continues, and it goes towards Nemeth, who will help it on to Gutierrez. In it goes from Felipe Gutierrez. And SKC right back in it with 20 minutes to go. His second of the game, doubling his season's tally in the process. So Zusi, flip in the cross, Kept out by Cropper, and again as Jose Fernandez tried to follow it in. It's an astonishing stop from Cody Cropper. Just so hurt in the process, agonising here in every sense for SKC. Johnny Russell with the corner, Namath with the header, 4-4. Extraordinary. They're back from 2 behind SKC here. Christian Namath with his second of the game. Anababa's lost his bearings a little bit. He's given himself a problem and brought down Johnny Russell, which will spell trouble for Jalil Anibaba. Yellow carded late in the first half. He's going to be shown a red here. And the Revs will end it with 9 men.
Disappointed that we didn't take all 3 points. I thought our players played outstanding. I really do. When it was 11v11, I think Sporting Kansas City was finding it very difficult to break us down.
Mike Pecky's Real Salt Lake faced the ominous task of denying Guillermo Barros Schelotto's LA Galaxy a 6th consecutive home win in the league. There was an early warning from the Galaxy when Joe Corona was given the chance to score his first MLS goal and give the home team a 2nd-minute lead, one he regrettably squandered. With 15 minutes played, Uriel Antuna was also handed the opportunity to open his account in Major League Soccer and duly took it to give the LA Galaxy an early advantage. While the Galaxy dominated proceedings in the first half, RSL rallied in the second. Damir Krajlac going as close as you can to scoring. But the visitors were persistent, and 19 minutes after the break drew level when David Bingham pushed Aaron Herrera's shot into the path of Donny Toya. His first MLS goal for almost 4 years. For much of the second half, Zlatan Ibrahimovic had a running spat with RSL defender Neda Manua. And when he escaped his marker to score what proved to be the decisive goal with 12 minutes to go, the Swede made sure Anua knew all about it. 6 home wins to start the Galaxy season for the first time since 1996.
Another all-Western Conference affair saw 2 form teams meet in Frisco. Matias Almeida's San Jose having shown real signs of improvement recently before visiting a Dallas side who'd won 4 of their previous 5 games. Quakes picked up their first away point since August in Seattle in midweek, but were given a scare late in the first half here as Reggie Cannon's effort whistled just wide. The response was swift. Danny Huson's charge teeing up Christine Espinoza, who was impressively denied by the strong right hand of Jesse Gonzalez. Dallas had only dropped 2 points at home this season, winning the last 3 here, and were close to going ahead 20 minutes from time. Michael Barrios just unable to connect with a cross from Dominic Badji. The Quakes threw on Chris Wondolowski late in the game, still in search of his all-time record-equalling 145th MLS goal. His chance came in stoppage time, but wide it went and 0-0 it finished. Just a second clean sheet of the campaign for both clubs.
Veteran midfielder Boniek Garcia was honoured ahead of the Houston Dynamo's game at home to the Columbus Crew, after recently joining an elite group of players who've made 200 appearances for the Texas club. 2 minutes and 17 seconds was all it took to mark the occasion with a goal. Mauro Manotas using unorthodox methods to find a way past Zach Steffen. The Colombian striker, who scored 19 MLS goals last season, should have added a second shortly after the half-hour mark. Houston were looking for a 4th consecutive win at home in the league and continued to pepper Steffen's goal in the second half. Memo Rodriguez's free kick coming off the bar. When the Dynamo did eventually add another goal, it was something to behold. Manotas did the legwork, Tomas Martinez did the rest. His second goal in as many home games. Belatedly, Columbus mounted several assaults on the Houston goal, but couldn't find a way past Joe Willis. Another win for Houston, a 4th straight defeat for Caleb Porter's Columbus.
It was also West against East as the Whitecaps hosted the Philadelphia Union at BC Place. The visitors made the near 3,000-mile trip to Vancouver without a number of key players through injury and had an escape inside the opening quarter of an hour when Geordie Rayner hit the post. But with 5 minutes of the first half remaining, the home side were ahead. Ali Adnan's corner headed in by Daniil Henry. The second of the season for the centre-back. Polish player Kacper Szybilko was one of those handed an opportunity by Union coach Jim Curtin and marked his first ever MLS start with the equalising goal 20 minutes into the second half, taking full advantage after the Caps were caught in possession. Union goalkeeper Matt Frews was also named in an MLS starting lineup for the first time, with Andre Blake injured against Montreal a week earlier. He was called into action to prevent Joaquin Adaiz restoring the Vancouver lead, but was grateful to the assistance of Raymond Gaddis, who then cleared away from off the line. Philadelphia was searching for a fifth win in 6 to continue their surge up the Eastern Conference, and Szybilko came close to providing it. The former Kaiserslautern forward was denied his and his side's second goal by Maxime Crépeau, though, and this one ended with honours even.
Fresh from recording their first MLS win of the season, the Portland Timbers hit the road again on their 12-game run of away matches to start the 2019 campaign. But it was the home team, Toronto, who scrambled their way to a 20th-minute lead, given to them by Jonathan Osorio. The win at Columbus the previous week showed signs that the Timbers are overcoming their away day blues. Bill Tuiloma's sweetly struck volley, another indication that their confidence is growing. The 2018 MLS Cup finalists had never won away to Toronto in the league on 5 previous visits, but gave themselves a chance of ending that run with Jeremy Ebobisi's 4th goal in 7 games. Toronto were lacking the imposing presence of Josie Altidore, who was missing due to injury. This chance for substitute Ayo Akinola is the kind of opportunity Altidore thrives on. In the final minute of normal time, Portland's long-serving midfielder Diego Chara was given the freedom of BMO Field, and although he failed to capitalise, the Timbers had done enough to record another victory on the road.
People don't want to come here and play. Start home.
Seattle's strong start to the campaign confirmed their pedigree as one of this year's contenders.
What a finish from Cristian Roldan!
But they hosted the standout team of 2019 so far, LAFC, who crushed the Sounders just a week prior.
What a goal! What a performance! What a team!
It was a heavyweight clash at CenturyLink Field. Commentary comes from Mike Saul.
Cross comes Segura. Oh, that's a short back pass. Jordan Morris! Seattle take the lead inside 46 seconds. Terrible mistake by Eddie Segura, and Jordan Morris pounces to score his 4th MLS goal of the season. Harvey lofting it down that line towards Diego Rossi, who's away from his marker. Vela's in the middle. Rossi! Vela scores! It's almost inevitable when those two combine. Great running by Diego Rossi and a precision cross, which gives Vela the chance to score his 11th goal of the season. Kay picks up that loose ball and heads down the LAFC right, under pressure from Buana. Good footwork, though, from Marc-Anthony Kay. Real scramble for the ball in that central midfield. Kay and Roldan getting to grips with each other. Roldan just caught Atuesta in the face. Looked to be an inadvertent one, but the referee, Ted Uncle, has dismissed Cristian Roldan. Straight red card for the Seattle player, and a first sending off of his career. Played forward by Seguro, and then nice little touch from Harvey into that midfield area. On to Rossi. This is good football here from LAFC. Blessing on the overlap. Vela finds him. Christian Ramirez is there! Oh! How did he miss that? Totally inexplicable how he could miss from that distance. Morris is after it, and he's away from his marker. Now Brad Smith goes around the goalkeeper. Can Seattle score here? Blessing's in there. Morris can't find the touch. And LAFC escape. Great chance for Smets' team. Morris could not find the finishing touch. Fella. Now it's LAFC looking for a late winner. Here goes Rossi. Oh, he's gone down under the challenge from Leerdam, and the referee has given a penalty. In second half stoppage time, LAFC have the chance to win it. A yellow card for Leerdam. But the challenge was actually outside the area. And after a video review, referee Uncle has decided it's not a penalty, but it is a red card. It all ends square in Seattle.
Those types of matches are critical to have. It's critical that your players step up. Look, it's easy when you're 5-0-1. That's easy, okay, you can play, whatever. When the chips are down or you're under some duress and the team makes a performance like that, that makes me proud to be a Sounder.
To the Eastern Conference, and Montreal's meeting with the Chicago Fire. The Impact were hoping to record successive league wins for the first time this season, having impressed in victory at the Revs in midweek. Chicago, by contrast, had lost 1-0 at NYCFC to end their four-game unbeaten run. Niko Gaitan, Nemanja Nikolic, nor CJ Sapong were able to scramble in an early opener, though, as coach Veljko Paunovic watched from the stands after his sending off at Yankee Stadium. Nikolic was more effective in his own area shortly afterwards, when heading back Risanya's effort off the line. Michael Azira's follow-up not as threatening for Remy Gardsmet. Sanya was at the centre of a major talking point later in the match, when catching Dax McCarty with his elbow. The French fullback appeared to lead with his arm, but was shown only a yellow card by referee Rubil Vazquez, with no video review called for. To the frustration of the Fire, and assistant coach Marko Mitrovic, who was taking charge on the touchline. There was just 7 minutes of the 90 remaining when Montreal scored what proved to be the winner. The danger didn't appear immediately obvious when the ball reached sub Omar Brown. The recent arrival from Panama managed to find a way through on the byline to mark his MLS debut with a decisive goal, less than a fortnight after joining the Impact on loan. Third win in 4 and fifth clean sheet in 6 for Montreal.
New York City FC's game at home to Orlando City saw a return to Yankee Stadium for former NYCFC midfielder Andrea Pirlo. And it was a player he played against for club and country who stole a march on Pirlo's old team after only 18 minutes. Nani with his 5th goal in his last 4 appearances for the Lions. He wasn't the only Orlando player in an acrobatic mood. Goalkeeper Brian Rowe ensured that that lead was preserved when brilliantly denying Hebert from close range. Shortly after the half-hour mark, Orlando looked to have strengthened their grip on the game when Tesho Akindele found himself well-placed to make it 2-0. The celebrations were short-lived, though, as a video review clearly showed Nani in an offside position when he touched the ball on. It was a reprieve for NYCFC, who made the most of the situation early in the second half. After Maxi Morales struck the frame of Rowe's goal, Hebert was on hand to follow up and score for the second time in 3 starts for his new club. NYCFC now unbeaten in 5 games.
Below both of those clubs in the Eastern Conference, the New York Red Bulls and FC Cincinnati were on poor recent runs before their meeting in New Jersey. The home side had taken just 1 point from their previous 5 games, so it was a real relief for the Red Bulls when they opened the scoring in an MLS match for the first time since the opening weekend. It came from the unlikely source of Connor Lade, their longest-serving player, the fullback's first in just under 3 years. Cincinnati hadn't won in 4 themselves, but were so close to an equaliser here. Substitute Darren Mattix had only just come on when he rounded Luis Robles, but ran out of room. The same post came to the Red Bulls' rescue again shortly afterwards. Roland Lamar got the better of Michael Murillo, but couldn't quite find the finish either. Cincinnati were heading for a 4th defeat in 5 and have now failed to score in any of those losses. Confirmation this wasn't their day came in stoppage time when the frame of the goal was struck yet again, this time by Kendall Waston. The Red Bulls riding their luck but return to winning ways and move level on points with their opponents.
Atlanta United and the Colorado Rapids, the two teams propping up their respective conferences, met at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. Despite conceding most of the possession to Atlanta, it was Colorado, the only club yet to win an MLS game in 2019, who threatened during a scoreless first half. Kellen Acosta going in search of his first league goal for almost 9 months. The MLS Cup holders took the best part of 70 minutes to make their possession count. Darlington Nagbe's surging run and cross, converted by Julian Gressel for his first MLS goal of the season. Atlanta almost doubled their lead deep into added time. Substitute Hector Villalba, a touch unfortunate not to add his name to the score sheet. Nevertheless, it was a first league win at home this season for Frank de Boer's team and a 6th consecutive defeat for the Rapids.
It was another sellout crowd at Minnesota's new home, but their midweek stalemate with the LA Galaxy meant they were still awaiting a first win at Allianz Field, which is yet to hear the Loons' adopted victory song.
The players are trying everything they can. I want to hear Wonderwall, they want to hear Wonderwall, so we'll keep going.
Was today going to be the day against Eastern leaders DC United, a team who were unbeaten on the road?
All right.
Your commentators are Sam Parkin and Bill Leslie.
Neatly worked. Rodriguez, that was a super hit and a super save from Manoni. Back in by Rooney. Manoni comes, doesn't get there, and it's into the back of the net. Big Donovan Pines gets his head to it, and he's got himself his first MLS goal. They're going to have another look at it, but that's not going to cut short the celebrations from the big man.
I think it'd be very soft if it is to be ruled out. I don't think he's going to get there anyway. There is an arm across him. Does it impede him enough?
Well, the Minnesota fans celebrate. The goal is struck off. McNair. Oh, that's a lovely turn by Rodriguez, who's starting to get some joy out of Pines. Ibarra! No, I think Hamid got a touch on that.
Probably the best chance. It runs perfectly for the substitute Ibarra, and Hamid's fingertips stop that from being a goal.
McNair. And Laddie's cross. Was there a foul in there by Brion? Appeals for handball again, Brion involved. Schuler was the one with the shot. They've really upped the ante here, Minnesota United.
Here's the handball again, and I'm not sure it's a face of guilt. It's worth the shout, and I think the referee had the look at it.
3 in the middle here for Minnesota. McNair. And Angelo Rodriguez gets the touch that gives Minnesota United the lead.
Well, it's been coming, you'd have to say. It's been a much improved second half performance from Minnesota. It sails in from the right back, Metanir. It's again a delicious delivery. If it is the centre forward's goal, it's the faintest of touches. He wheels away, and Minnesota deservedly in front.
Today is a day that everyone here at Allianz Field will remember, the 28th of April 2019. They have their first home win at their new home. This is the song they've wanted to sing since they moved in here. It took them 3 strikes to get there. The victory anthem of Minnesota United. The Oasis anthem, Wonderwall.
Well, I'm pleased for everybody. I'm pleased for the ownership. I'm pleased for the supporters. I'm pleased for the players. You know, I've been doing this a long time, and it was obviously a relief for everybody when we were a Wonderwall. It's out the way now. We can start concentrating on getting our mind on Seattle, because if we go and pick 3 more points up there, that will make the table look even healthier than it is at the moment.
That win for Minnesota puts them 4 points above the playoff line in the Western Conference in 6th place. Following their win over RSL, the LA Galaxy are now just 1 point behind city rivals and leaders LAFC.
The East DC stay top, but only on goal difference, with Montreal now level with them on 17 points. Meanwhile, Atlanta's win over the Rapids lifts them off the bottom, replaced by New England after that crazy draw with SKC.
And we leave you this week with the best from that 8-goal thriller at Children's Mercy Park.
On the rebound, smashed home by DeJuan Jones. And the Revolution lead at 4-2. And it's in! And it's 4-4! Christian Namath!
This copyrighted telecast of Major League Soccer may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of Major League Soccer.